There's been a shooting that occurred over in Las Vegas just recently, another violent event in America, and people want to know what's going on. So the headline was on Drudge Report, said this is the start of a revolution, quoting the two alleged shooters, allegedly two. And this occurred in public, around maybe a shopping plaza, because it was a pizza restaurant and next to it was a Walmart's. So the two were a couple, male and female, and they were wearing some symbolic things, and it looks like Revolutionary War era from our nation's founding a couple hundred years ago. And there's also written into this article that, well, let me go back to the start here. They apparently came up to two police officers, I think they were from the local Las Vegas department. Maybe they were on a break or a lunch time. The shooters came up and basically shot one of the police cops in the head, and that was instantly fatal. The other police cop, the partner, was shot and proceeded to return fire while wounded. So this officer died during surgery over at one of the nearby hospitals. After the shooting of the police officers, either as collateral damage or just purposely shooting one of these people, I don't even want to call it a bystander because it wouldn't really be clear. There was a people sitting there, and one of them was killed. It was a woman. Excuse me. The alleged shooters went into the Walmart, and it was found later on that they committed suicide. So the total dead so far is 5. I'm not sure if anyone else is wounded. This is breaking news. Now, what I wanted to bring to your attention is the fact that this is not a war between any known sides. By the way, once a week or once every 2 weeks I go into a Walmart's. And last night I was in a Walmart's. I had to do it because in my area there's really nowhere else to shop. So you connect these things because a lot of us, we go out to these places, we go out to Walmart's or we go out to pizza places. Or what about the shooting in Santa Barbara? What about the shooting in Seattle that just happened? I think it was last week, early last week. A college shooting or a town shooting. It's just more violence in America, right? And the world. I think these things are in the increase. Remember in that African city? I forgot the country, which is typical, you know. I don't focus so much on Africa, but it was I think on the eastern side of the African continent, a mall. The whole mall got shot up. So in this increasingly violent world, you got to think about these scenarios. Because what do you do? Do you know how to protect yourself? Do you know how to go into survival mode? The thing is, it's not a conflict between any known ideology. The conflict that I'm going to tell you right now, to answer what's on everybody's mind, there's a conflict between people that think and have ideas versus people who do things and they go into action. The way I would characterize these alleged shooters, saying this is the start of a revolution, they are action people. They are for action. They stand for action, and they're not in the world of talking. The side that they fight for is action, doing, killing. That's what we're talking about here. That's the conflict. People play video games, people talk all the time. It doesn't mean that you're going to do it. A lot of the talkers are being painted now as maybe they're going to be action people. Maybe they're going to be doers. But that's not necessarily true. I think that there's a huge conflict in society about action. When we see all these violent events take place, they're active. It involves action, physical movement, physical actions. It's a physical manifestation of something happening, movement. The violence comes out of that. But you can't use that to say that everyone who has ideas is all about that action. They're not. It just does not connect. One does not necessarily lead to the other. Because we should be, as a society, able to discuss things. We have to be able to peaceably assemble. These are in the Constitution. We have to be able to have freedom of the press, freedom of expression, freedom of your mind to think what you want to have. It doesn't say freedom of any physical action. It doesn't say that in the Constitution. It actually says you have the freedom of your ideas. That's how I would interpret it. I think it's not a stretch. It's just pretty much what we're allowed to do. So that's what people should go on doing, and I don't like these people who there are ideas or that ideas are not ideas. Ideas lead to action. No, they don't! Thanks for listening. Leave your comments. My condolences to all those that were harmed, hurt, affected adversely from this event and many others. But as I always tell you, it's karma, and we need to learn how to deal with it.